Welcome back, and we are on the grid for what is easily the most ridiculous race I have ever taken part in, not just for me, but for everybody else involved for the most part, and you'll see what I mean here shortly. But we're on the track here at Belgium. My teammate and I starting in 13th, and he's going to be in 12th. I was aiming to be in 11th. I was sitting in 9th and decided to abort the lap just so I could land at 11th. I went a little lower, but it's not the end of the world. But I want you to pay attention to see a little orange triangle popping up on the left there, and it's something you've never seen before. Not something I've ever seen before either. But this is a connection issue with the commentators trying to get in. And they come in and out at the beginning repeatedly, which is going to give us a lot of problems, and you'll see it here. But we're going to go ahead and warm up our tires and going through this now. And at this point, I haven't felt anything weird anyway. So we're just going out on a formation lap, getting ready to start. I'm actually looking forward to this. This is one of the most fun tracks to drive. It's extremely difficult too, so it's going to be a big challenge. And this is also the first recorded race. So I'm really excited just to get out here and start putting points on the board. And realistically, I still don't know what these guys are like at their top performance. So I'm really just aiming to try and get points every round. Consistency is key in this, and it'll go a long way in the end, but I want you to go ahead and watch this. We'll come around this corner here and see the cars up front that will be slowing down, so we're going to slow down a little early just so that we don't risk hitting them. Car behind us comes a little close but goes to the left, just misses us, and we avoid him as well, so there's no contact made. That being said, I got hit from behind him. Oh my god. It registers me getting in a rear-end collision, and because of that it puts me in the grid, which gives me cold tires, and this is going to be a brutal start, but it is what it is. I want you to go ahead and pay attention to this as well and watch the cars leave first. Off the grid, every car leaves before me, and it gives me a drive-through penalty. Apparently I jumped the lights on that one. I don't know what to say. It was just ridiculous. I'm already pissed because this is going to make it seriously difficult to even get in points at this point. If you're not familiar, the drive-through has to be served within the next 3 laps. And so I'm going to have to go and drive through. It's going to take me about 10 seconds at the reduced speed to get through the pit lane before I can get back out. So lap 2, I'm going to start out at the back. But I'm going to go ahead and follow this Mercedes into the lane here. He's got some minor damage as he ends up hitting the wall and taking some more of his wing off, but he's going to go switch his wing anyway. So you'll see he goes in and actually goes to his pit crew, and I'm just going to have to stick at this speed with the pit limiter on. When I get to their side, I'm allowed to go again. So right now everyone's running off, and to make it even more annoying, the car at the front even got to jump it and go a lot earlier than everyone else. But I'm the one who got the drive-through penalty out of everybody else leaving. Whatever. So best I can do now is try to recover this. We're at lap 2. I've got about 20 seconds to catch up to the cars ahead of me, which is not going to be easy to close. And I'm on medium tires, and a bunch of them are on softs. That said, jumping to lap 5, we've already closed that gap down to an 8-second gap on medium tires, and the car ahead is actually the one who won at Silverstone last week. So I'm on a really, really good drive with really good pace. Coming around a corner here, though, we get a bit of a relief. We're going to get a safety car. It's good and bad. It's good because I'm going to get to start on the back of the pack and not have to catch them anymore. The bad part is all the soft tires are going to go and pit now for mediums, so any strategy I had is also out the window. And the same for my teammate who's also on the medium tires. So it kind of screws that for us, but at least we get a chance. So we're going to jump here to lap 8, because this isn't the end of the safety car screwing me. So come around the turn, Red Bull comes back onto the track, ghosted, I almost hit him. It goes back to being ghosted again, but it asked me to re-get his position.
Bullshit. No overtake. I can get back my position now? To who?
No idea even who I was supposed to give it to. It turns out it was actually the Red Bull who spun that I apparently had to wait for, and in that I also get hit by the Ferrari, and it gives me a 10 seconds worth of penalties, which I didn't even get the contact on my screen, so it shows you how this lobby's going. So with the penalties, it's 2 5-seconds. One of them will have to be served when I go in the pits next. The other one can be removed from the stewards, but I can't do anything about this 5-second one. So I've now been screwed out of the formation lap. Drive-through penalty of 10 seconds. I'm going to have to serve a 5-second next time I go through. So I'm not in the best of moods right now, I can tell you that much. But we're going to go through here, and we're going to see what we can do to recover this dough. I know my pace is really good, and with any luck, I can at least get points in the end of this. I'm currently in 10th, so if I was to finish here, at least I get 1 point. But let's see what we can do. I mean, at this point, anything's better than being at the back, I suppose. And I'm not really one who gives up. I'm going to keep fighting till the checker flag drops. So let's go ahead and we'll see what we can do here. As we're going to follow this car through. He's going wide. He probably has damage to him. So we're going to go take on the inside. He does give us space. As we go through here, he backs out. He knows he's not going to make it, so I appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and head down here. Really fast corner 2, just a quick drop. But we're going to skip forward just a little bit here. Lap 12. Coming around the corner here, we get another safety car. Good and bad. I wanted to go in a little later, but I'll take this, use it to pin on the softs, and go from there. 22 laps in total, so I'll be doing roughly 8 laps on softs once the safety cars end, which is doable. It's a very, very long track, one of the longest on the calendar, so it will have more tire wear than some others will. But I think we can make it, and realistically, if we did it in 2 laps, we're going to screw ourselves anyway, so we'll take the free pit stop popping in, but we got to wait 5 seconds to serve this penalty before my pit crew could even touch the car. 5 seconds serve, switch tires, back on the softs, out we go. Now it's time to hunt him down. Really wish to see what we can do. Currently in 10th, we're going to see if any cars come around and pass us as well, but you see most cars coming into the pits going on the softs, so I mean, at least we're going to be on even playing ground. Unfortunately, this one completely ruined it for my teammate. He went at the same time I did, went for softs, but because the lobby was having issues, it put him on hards, so he had to go back in and get softs on, so now he's at the back. So we're going to go ahead and come through here, as we're following these 3 through. The Alpine, I've been listening to people talk, and he's been a bit, let's just say, aggressive and bumping some people around, so I'm going to watch here just because I'm a little bit nervous about how it's going to play out. Ferrari gets by him there, so we're going to follow the Haas through. We get really close on his back, but I'm not going to try and take it just yet. We're going to follow him up through, and this is probably one of the most iconic turns in the calendar. Flat out the entire way, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, you're going over 300 kilometers an hour through that section, and it has to be so perfect. I'm going to put the power on just to stay close, but we decided I'm not going to go for it here. So we're going to stop early. I'm just going to follow him through. My plan's going to be to take him on the next one. That DRS straight right there is super long as well, so it's very easy. As we go through this section here, very difficult braking zone. Haas goes to the inside but gets knocked out by the Alpine. Takes him to the inside wall, so now it's my turn to try and get by him, and I don't know if it's intentional, I don't know if he's nervous, so I'm going to hang back a bit. Skipping into that lap though, we're lap 17, currently in 7th. You get the McLaren who's getting real close to us right now because I don't want to pass this car yet. I'm waiting to do it on the straight intentionally. Again, I don't know these drivers, so at least on the straight is going to be the safest overtake I have, just in case. So we're going to follow him through. McLaren's all over us on the left and on the right, trying to find a way through, not going to give it to him. We're going to go up to this section here. He takes a peek on the inside, but I know he's not going to make it. He knows I know that, so he backs out. Just taking a look to see maybe if it threw me off my line. The Alpine locks up in front of us as well, so I know I'm going to be able to take him on this. It won't be too difficult. As we come around the hairpin here, we're going to set up for this overtake. We get real close to him. I'm going to let him go out a little bit, just because I don't want to be super close to him when I go up this section here. A little less dirty air would be ideal because it's going to make it harder to follow. And as we come on up and we're going to go onto the straight, putting on our ERS, his red light's flashing, so he has no power left. He also doesn't get the DRS, so we get to drop our rear wing, and we have a slipstream, so there's nothing he can do. We're going to run right by him, and that puts him between us and the McLaren as well, which is perfect. So now we have just to hunt down Davies, who currently is about 2.6, 2.7 seconds ahead of us in his Ferrari, so we're going to see what we can do to catch him. So we jumped to lap 21, it's been 3 laps now, and we've got that gap down to 1.8, so I'm really trying to see if there's any way I can get it to 1 second by the next lap, because that would at least give me DRS and maybe a chance to pass him. The car ahead of him also has a 5-second penalty, so as long as I'm within that 5 seconds, I'm going to acquire that spot, but this is the last time the game screws me. Coming around the corner, and I'll just let you guys watch it. My assumption is that with the lobby the way it is, and it's constantly lagging, I think it may have registered me in a spot on track that I didn't see myself being. Who knows, could have just been me, and I'm not really somebody who likes to, I like to take responsibility myself every time I can, but I'll let you watch this and decide for yourself. As we come around through these last corners, high speed section again, I do have a chance to catch him.
I'm out. Fuck!
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay.
Damn it.
It doesn't even surprise me after that lobby. I think in the end,
Lost the rear, but I don't know on what.
whatever, it doesn't matter. Wasn't my tires either. We checked, they were 35%, but last lap of the race and I'm out. So that would have been a P4 because one of the cars on podium will get kicked down. My teammate, due to some bad incidents there, is only going to finish with 1 point. So good race though for Ryan, who had an excellent drive back. But this even shows you right here how screwed up the lobby was, because he finished second, and this is about to show him on podium in first. The AlphaTauri was actually the one who came in first, so it gives you an idea. But I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. We'll see if these points end up getting tracked. Maybe it gets reset, but at the time of filming this, we don't have the answer yet. It'll still be a few days, so I'll let you know. But either way, the next race is going to be Imola, and that should be a lot of fun. It's extremely fast. So we'll see you there, and hopefully it's more fair this time and we can give it a good go.